Hello, welcome to our presentation of the Chef U app. We have been working over on this app for the last 2 months right now. Um, I know this spring semester is like not that much time, but we tried our best to do whatever we can. So this is what we have so far. Of course, we plan on doing way more if we had more time, but let's see how this goes. So this app is basically a chef's assistant app. Our primary focus is for the people who want to use the app for people who don't know how to cook, or it's their first time learning to cook, or even for people who know how to cook but want to like pick up new recipes on the go or on the fly. So anyone and everyone is accessible to use the app, and our end goal is to make this a social platform so you can upload your own recipes, and then like YouTube or like Facebook, the better content that you upload, the more likely you're gonna get users, using your recipe or using your app. So that's our end goal. We have some demonstrations for it, but we have many more steps to go. So we'll go into that. So for now, if you want to click on any of the recipes, we uploaded some of the recipes um, ahead of time so that you can take a look. So for example, yeah, so you're looking at the omelet recipe, which is something you could want to cook on the day, like daily, and we even uploaded the videos for the steps. So if you want, you can like click on, for example, step one. You can click on the video icon, yeah, and you can play it.
To beat your eggs, go ahead and start with a few cracked eggs. Next, you can either beat your eggs with a fork or using a wire whisk. Either one. I'm going to go ahead and use the fork. Now what I'd like to do first is go ahead and break both of the yolks to make it easier.
But yeah, so that's, for example, the video. It shows you the step by step, and of course each step is given there as well. So if you want to go back, for example, and look at another recipe, for example, in long or quick or medium, and then see the chicken curry. This is for example one that we like put each individual step. So the user here wanted to put every step as simplified as possible, so it's easier. And then, so for example, there's a timer as well. So if you go to step 11, I think that's the first one. So you see it says cook for 3 minutes, and you see a timer icon, right? So if you were to click on step 11, it would go and start the timer for you. And this is exactly 3 minutes. It'll count to, so it's in seconds, so it'll count to 180 seconds. But once the 180 seconds is up, the timer will stop and it'll ring an alarm, and it'll notify you, hey, this step is done. So if you go back and if you click on, I think, step 13, which also has a timer, so this says cook for 5 minutes. So this time the timer will count to 300 seconds, and then it'll ring an alarm for you. So if you want to go back again and then look at other like features that we also implemented, so there is a colorblind mode for users who need more accessibility or adaptability and stuff. So you can click on that, and then if you go back to the home, you'll see that all of the colors are going to be in purple. So yeah, like that. We also have a discovery section and a subscribe section. So this account right now is currently subscribed to Omelette because that's what he cooks daily, and like it's like right in front instead of like going back. But right now the subscribe is just showing an omelet, but our plan is to make it user based so that you'll be subscribed to a specific user. For example, say Gordon Ramsay uses this app, you would be if you subscribe to Gordon Ramsay, you would always be able to see what Gordon Ramsay is uploading and see what recipes he's uploading, and then be able to learn it by step, like through the step by step videos and whatnot. And if you want, you can even post your own recipe. So if you were to go back, and then, so for example, you want to like say you want to post in like say medium or something, okay? So just go ahead and like, or like quick actually. Let's say you want to make a sandwich, for example. So say you go to quick and you make a sandwich, right? Okay, so yeah, you can write any ingredients that you want, for example, for your sandwich. So you can just go ahead and write that. Yep, yeah, that looks good. Okay, so if you want, you can even add a picture. So for example, if you click on upload image, yeah, so there's a sandwich image, for example. So you can add that, and then you can write a step. So you can write whatever you want. Yeah, so now if you click on post recipe, you should be able to see the sandwich there. So if you go back, yeah, so if you now click on sandwich, you will see that your steps is there right now. Take a look. Yep. So yeah, so there's your ingredients, which is ham, bread, lettuce, and cheese, and your step 2 is make sandwich. Now if you want to look at the text-to-speech feature, for example, say you wrote down ham, bread, lettuce, and cheese right now and you posted it, right? So if you click on the speaker icon, it should speak it for you.
Ham, bread, lettuce, cheese.
Yeah, and then so for example, if you click on make sandwich, it'll do the same.
Make sandwich.
Yep. So we implemented a text-to-speech feature for, so like when you're cooking, you never have to like look at your phone like, hey, where was I? What step is it? No. So as the steps go on, and like we plan on making all of this fully automatic. So by the end, it should be completely automatic. It should run on its own. And when you start a recipe, say you're on step 1, you click on the step 1, it'll read it out loud, such as for example it'll say ham, bread, lettuce, cheese. So you gather your ingredients, and then you can click on next, or you have the option to go in one flow. So it'll start playing the video and it'll go in one flow with you, or you can click on next. So when you click on next, it can say make sandwich, like it will read it out loud. Or if the user intends, for example, if a channel like Tasty were to upload it and they don't want to do the text-to-speech feature, but rather they would have the videos can play instead. So you can incorporate whatever you want. You can have text that's being read out to you and not a video, or you can have a video so you can look at it. So for example, if you have a tablet or something, or like you want to see it on your phone, and it's you keep the phone like in a way that you can see the video playing, so you can cook along with the videos and individual steps. So you have all these choices in your hands. Now, a lot of the things, this is still like, even though this is all the features that we intended is here, there is a lot of still ironing out. We still have to create the social platform aspect, which is like creating accounts, creating user accessibility, being able to be friends, following and subscribe, and all that stuff. But we plan on doing that pretty soon. And then we hope that the entire app will be populated by people who you can subscribe to, and then the app will recommend to you what based on your tastes and preferences. If you're a vegan, for example, you'll be able to select like not like you're vegan, so it won't show you any meat-based or animal-based products. Okay, and then if, for example, if you're gluten-free, it will not show you any gluten-based products. Like if there's gluten in any of the recipes, it will not show them to you. But if you're like someone who has a sweet tooth and you really like desserts, then the discovery section will show you the types of food that you like. For example, new dessert recipes or cake recipes, like if you like baking and whatnot, for example. So do you have any thoughts or any comments that you would like to share?
So I think it's I think the part that helps someone who doesn't know how to cook the most is just like how you're able to break down like this, like all the the procedures to a very like atomic level, like for each step. And I really like that there's also a timer functionality that can help me keep track of time, like instead of having to switch out to like a clock app or something like that. So like, and it goes back and forth, and that's quite irritating. Yes, having a text-to-speech feature is also pretty nice, because I don't have to actively look at my phone if I'm preparing something. So that is also a very good feature for it. And having videos, I guess that's kind of just as a supplementary material that also helps a lot. Yeah, so I think this could become a really good helper when cooking. Okay, so I was wondering how you were able to implement all of this. Like, what is the high-level, technical details that you guys were working on, and what challenges did you face while implementing all these features?
Yeah, so when we first started this app, we pretty much had no idea what are we gonna do and how are we gonna make this app. We just wanted to do it. And then we looked around and we saw that Google's Firebase backend for like backend integration was like really easy to implement, and it's really useful too. And it's it's very optimized and it's very fast, and it's like it's easy to use, and it's like it's just clean, it's bug free, it works pretty well. And we also looked at like for front end stuff, we thought like, okay, maybe we could use like this other thing that also like is used by Google, which is like Flutter and Dart APIs. So the language that we use, where so for the front end we use the Flutter framework and the Dart programming language, and we implemented most of the features as widgets as widgets for the front end by using a Flutter library from pub.dev. And pub.dev is like, it has many developer generated widgets that post to the website. So it was pretty easy to like implement those widgets, as you just like you can take those widgets and the API and then you implement it in the app, and it works pretty well too. So for example, our timer, our TTS, our search, our video features, these are all like pub.dev widgets that we just implemented. Oh yeah, we also forgot. Well, I completely forgot to mention. Yeah, there is a search button that I'm glad you noticed. Yeah, so if you search omelet, for example, yeah, you were able to find it right there. So yeah, you can search for the recipes as well. Some of the challenges that we faced though were, for example, when we were originally developing the app for Android API 30, there were many bugs like all over the place. Like TTS was not working, and we at first we thought it was maybe due to the API, but then we realized for TTS specifically it was the Android manifest. We had to add some specific lines of code because some of the rules were changed going from Android 29 to Android 30. As for the timer, it was not working at first, but that was just an emulator compatibility issue that we had to fix by resetting the API. The search was a little difficult to encode at first because sometimes some recipes have the same name, and then it would pull the same recipe every single time. So we had to make it so that it pulls, if it has the same name, it'll pull both those recipes with the same name instead of just one. And then we also had to like write some of the features that incorporate like upload permissions on the backend for Firebase, because when you're posting recipes, it has to go into Firebase for it to show on the app as well. So there were a few challenges here and there, but overall I think we were able to iron out almost everything, and now you could say a sort of functioning app, but of course we would like to take this much further and make it a social platform where people can upload their own content and other people can look at it, review it, subscribe to it, enjoy it, and share it and whatnot. So I hope you like our app, and if you have any ending thoughts or comments, you can feel free to tell me.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds to be a very nice idea. I like the fact that it will be developed into some sort of social platform. I find that to be I find that to be a very engaging experience. So look forward to like seeing the the end form of it. Okay.
Okay, thank you so much.